FCS parents. Hope you guys have had a great week. It's been another great week here at Fairfield Christian School, despite some of the rain. It was quite funny yesterday during the middle of PE for the middle school and high school kids. It went from just kind of being a little chilly outside to all of a sudden dumping down rain, and I'm here in my office and I could hear the kids screaming as they're running for cover as the rain was coming down. It was a little entertaining at that point. But it's been a great week here on the campus, and I've got some great news to share with a lot of you. I've got three things really to share with you today, and they're all fantastic. The first one is, I'm not sure if you follow the news at all about the various bills that have been passed here in the state of California. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. We always take a look at how they affect us as a school. And the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which just went into effect on January 1st, for you as Christian school parents is actually a really good thing. Because what it does is it allows you to now use withdrawals from your 529 plan to pay for Christian school education at the elementary and secondary levels. What that means is you can use tax-free dollars to pay for private Christian school. So if you need more information about that, it is specifically with the 529 plan, which some of you may already have. A lot of people use those to save money for college for their kids, but you can now use that money up to $10,000 a year to also pay for private school at both the elementary and secondary levels. So that's something to definitely look into. It could save some of you quite a bit of money over time. And so if you want more information about that, feel free to contact me. I can point you in the right direction to get all the details that you need. But that's an exciting thing for private schools. It makes private school a little more affordable for families that want to send their kids to private Christian schools like Fairfield Christian School. Gives you just a little bit more money in your pocket if you're able to take advantage of this new law with the 529 plans. All right, and then also something I want to talk about is I've had a lot of meetings lately with school district officials from the Fairfield Suisun Unified School District, and they've all been fantastic meetings. I've shared before about how last year we kind of initiated some relationships there, and so we were continuing those this year and really kind of deepening and expanding those relationships. I've had about 3 meetings with district officials over the last 3 weeks, and I can tell you, in every one of those situations, everybody I've met with has wanted to work together with us. Now that hasn't always been the case, and not just here, but across the country. Many times public school districts don't like private schools too much. They view them as competition. But I can tell you that's not the sentiment here at the Fairfield Suisun Unified School District, at least with the people that I've been meeting with. They want to work together. They realize that we're better if we work together than if we're antagonistic towards one another. So they're willing to help us out. I shared with you guys before that the district has actually paid thousands of dollars for our professional development of our teachers here. That is fantastic. It really helps us out in those areas, saves us money, and it allows us to provide professional quality, professional development for our teachers, which is great. I'm meeting with officials about different other resources we can use within the district, other things we can have access to, sometimes just support and communication amongst one another. Sometimes if there's an issue we're dealing with, if I can call somebody up over the district and say, hey, we're not sure exactly what to do in this situation, what would you guys do? And quite honestly, I came up with several situations where they would want my input on various things as well. So it's a mutual relationship. Things are going really well. I'm excited when people want to come together and work together. I'm excited when churches want to help and come together and partner with us and help us out and do things for us and with us. When pastors want to come and speak at chapel and they want to speak into the lives of these kids, that kind of stuff excites me, because the more we can reach out, the more that we can become one big network, one big family together, the better things are going to be for these kids. That's the whole reason we have this school. It's for these kids to make sure that they're growing spiritually, to make sure they're growing academically, and to make sure they're growing in the way that God sees them. And the more people I can get on board with us, the better off it's going to be for everybody. Along those same lines, we've actually had a number of universities come to our campus during the course of this year. They've met with our high school students and shared with those students about the college experience, what it's like going there. All the colleges that have come here to our school, they've all been Christian colleges, which is a great opportunity for our kids to continue their biblical worldview, not only at the secondary level, but to move on at the collegiate level as well. In fact, we're forming partnerships with some of these universities. In a couple weeks, I'm going to sign a partnership with one of them in particular. I'll announce that once all the details are done, but it'll give discounts to tuition to go into that school. It provides a lot of other opportunities as well. So as we kind of materialize those things, again, as we build our relationships with more and more groups and organizations, there's more and more opportunities for the students and families here at Fairfield Christian School. We've also had a chance, a lot of the students had a chance during the college planner course last semester to go and visit several colleges. I know they went to UC Davis, Sac State, they went to Menlo College. I think they went to a trade school as well. So we're trying to expose them to lots of different things. There's no one way to find success. In fact, God has a different plan for all of us. I know my route to becoming a school principal was not the typical route. In fact, somebody probably could not have charted that route for me. Only God could have done that for me. And so for all these kids, God has a plan for them. God has a route that He wants them to take. And so we're just trying to expose these kids to lots of different options and possibilities and opportunities, so that when God brings up those opportunities to them, they can say, oh yes, I've been shown this opportunity before. This is a path I can take to reach success. Not for my earthly success, but for success in Jesus Christ, success in the kingdom of God. And that's really what we're all looking for, right? It's not about me personally. John the Baptist said it needs to be less of me and more of Him, right? And that's the same thing we want these kids to think about. It's even in their education, more of Him, less of me. And so as we're looking and giving these options to these kids, we want to be able to, I want them to be able to see Jesus in all of those options. And I want Jesus to be able to point them in the right path. And if we expose them to those options before, then it becomes much more likely that they're going to be willing to follow those paths. So again, we're just building more relationships. It's an exciting time. I think back, years ago to where Fairfield Christian School was, and as we've kind of grown and we've expanded various things, and trust me, we've still got a long way to go to getting where I think God really wants us to be. But we're making progress. We are moving forward. We've got things going on now that we didn't 3, 4, 5 years ago. And some things, like I said, still need to change and still need to get better, and we're still definitely working on those things. But I think God has us on a particular track. He has a route paved for us that we're supposed to follow, and we're just continuing to make sure that we have discernment and wisdom as we're following God's path that He wants us to take. Remember that re-enrollment is taking place right now. Open enrollment starts on February 1st. So again, we do have several classes and grade levels that will probably fill up. So please make sure to get your applications in and your enrollment fees in as well. That will hold your spot. That way we can move forward. For more details on that, you can definitely go to the website, fcslions.com, and find all the information you need there about re-enrollment and as well for enrollment for new students who might be coming in. All right. Again, hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys are going to have a fantastic weekend. Hope you guys have a chance to rest and relax and maybe spend time with your kids. Maybe talk about Jesus. I know in Bible class I always encourage them, hey, this is a fantastic topic. Bring this up to your parents. Have a discussion with your parents about this, because there's lots of things we're talking about. Specifically, if you're a middle school parent, talk to them about the pre-existence of Christ. That's what we've been talking about today in class. So ask them about it. Find out what they know about it. Find out what they know about incarnation and pre-incarnation and the pre-existence of Christ, and John 1:1, see if they know that, because we talked about that quite a bit today in class. And so it's great to connect with your kids, find out what they're learning, and be a part of that educational process, not just here at school, but taking place at home as well. All right, again, have a fantastic weekend. Hope to see you guys real soon. God bless.